words this can. All right, welcome folks. Today we are talking about problems and some potential solutions. That's kind of how we do things here. It's kind of different than most in terms of most come up with ideas and then spin on the ideas. We come up with a problem and then spin on the problem. And I'm Jimmy. I'm a software developer.
You forgot a big thing. We now have a name.
Oh my God, you're right. We are Gordium, which is the Gordian knot is this knot that nobody could solve or untie, and that's what we want to find. So Gordium is the city where the Gordian knot was. So we are the city of unsolvable problems, kind of like the island of misfit toys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you for that. We do have a huge update. You can check out our site at gordium.us.us. Very, very official. And yeah, I'm Jimmy. I'm a software developer. That's Neil. You want to say?
Oh, that's all you need to know. I'm Neil.
His last name's Wida, which is really fun. Let's dive in. Our first problem. Putt courses are static. We discovered this problem on an afternoon at one of the most interesting putt courses I think I've ever been to. It was in someone's like kind of backyard, like off the highway. And we lost our ball like about halfway through the course, and they were just like, yep, that happens. Like we lost it. It was this windmill, and you're supposed to hit it in the windmill. It's supposed to pop out. And we both hit it into the windmill, just never re-emerged. And the guy was just like, cool. And I was like, okay. So our afternoon was cut a little short. Yeah.
Well, except we were playing putt for a long time.
Yeah, it was. And we got free ice cream because we bought both courses. And the course was irregular. So instead of 18 holes on each, it was like 19 and 21.
Yeah, it was
something like that.
They just seem to do what they want there.
I think we should contact them and see if they would sponsor this show. I think I would be very proud to talk about putt in Granville, Michigan, off the highway in someone's backyard. You know?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is. Maybe we could drive some business, you know. Yeah, but we could be local wars. You know, eat local, except play putt locally.
I don't think there's any chain putt.
You don't? That's interesting. Well, we have the venerable Craig's Cruisers.
But that's a local chain.
That's a local chain? Well, I feel
believe
like that's a problem as well. We should have chain putt courses.
Yeah, we need to bring economies of scale to putt.
We need to. What? Why? Okay, so why are there no chain putt courses? This is actually an interesting question. Why are there no chain putt courses?
I also believe putt is with 2 T's.
No, I can't go back and change that.
Okay.
Well, no, I can. Hold on. Watch the magic, Neil. Oh, dang. I did the wrong thing. Undo. Okay. No, I want to redo that. See, I'm a software engineer, so sometimes I think I can do things, and I just can't. But I was hoping, I guess this doesn't have multi-selects, but like in VS Code, which is like the software we use to write software, if something you can have 1 million cursors, which is really fun. I want to know how profitable putt courses are. I feel like this has all the makings of a studio. And for a reminder, folks, my shortcut game is not on today. We have kind of like a readiness reading, you know, like a bud is an idea that just like barely is, it's tiny. It can't be developed into anything. Lacking is like different than a bud in that it's like it's a whole idea, but it just sucks and it needs to be combined with other ones. Brainstorming is like an idea that needs more refinement that we would want to bring a larger group into. A studio is an article because it's best fit for writing about and not doing. Like we wrote building a better Google. We don't want to actually build a better Google because that just like a lot of work. A lab is quick and dirty experiment. So like a Chrome extension, a lot of our labs end up as Chrome extensions. Or like the calendar, we did a calendar with our spending on it and we just did that. And the workshop is like something we actually put out to the world. So yeah. And then there's some testing categories we'll get into later. Okay, studio though. And we don't need the test. I think the test is like research this, right? Research the above two questions.
Yeah.
This feels like good background, but we need to at some point talk about the actual idea. I've really gotten us off track here.
Oh yeah.
What's the solution to static putt courses, Neil?
Well, so I guess going more into the problem
Yeah.
that like why are putt courses that are static a problem?
Well, and that's where I think it would be a problem if they weren't profitable. Or yeah, probably only if they weren't very profitable.
And why do you think making a non-static putt course would increase profitability?
Would it be like music drops every Friday, man? I am stuck to Spotify like glue, like checking out what music is out. And it'd be like, oh my God, what's Craig dropping this week over at Craig's Cruisers, What hot new putt is Craig dropping? Yeah.
Hmm.
But I feel like this would have to be indoor. Because I just don't think it would make sense financially because public courses are essentially closed, at least in Michigan. Maybe this isn't a Michigan idea. I feel like putt is basically closed, like November through March, probably. Like who is going to go putt? Even probably earlier, right? Like people stop probably going putt in October, right?
Yeah. And then I've got, how much do you think the putt course actually matters? So I'm, curious with its connection to like rock climbing and bouldering, where they change, the routes and the problems, on a regular basis. But I think there people look for mastery, whereas do people actually look for mastery at putt courses?
So like in rock climbing, I don't think people look for challenging putt courses. It's an interesting point. So
I wonder what would happen if you had, some putt courses. Well, just like with rock with climbing gyms, a beginner can't go in and do them all. What if putt courses were the same way?
now that is an interesting idea. Another solution is like levels of the putt course. Like beginners can't complete them all. What if it kept score for you too? Like
That
why do
would
you
be
think
convenient.
do you think it would? Like nobody's done it, right? That I know of. Is that just because nobody cares?
Yeah, I think it's because no one cares.
I think this is a solution looking for a problem here.
Yeah, I think.
Like I don't know that public courses being static is a real problem.
Yeah, I think like and then I guess another question is would putt enthusiasts
Ooh,
prefer a changeable course, or would they prefer a static course that is like,
like,
stellar?
are there putt enthusiasts? What do
Yeah,
they want? There's got to be
yes.
great.
Grant Wagner.
Grant Wagner. You're right. We should interview Grant. Interview Grant Wagner about this. See, I'm getting more and more excited about this idea. I think it could be a great niche article. Right? It could just be fascinating. No?
Yeah, I think, well, can't always wild conversations with him.
It's true.
So I think the problem is, but because we have a good contact who could have really interesting things to say, he could make it.
Yeah. I think this would be a lot of fun.
And then, never mind.
What? Wait.
Well, I'll ask you later.
Okay. I want to figure out at some point how to prioritize these articles and stuff. I feel like we have so many studios. At some day we're gonna have to go through all this. This is a favorite problem of mine. Tattoos are permanent. I have wanted a tattoo for a long time, but
I
what's that?
just real quick. I love tattoos.
Is that how do you tattoos? The tattoos are permanent. I probably won't be able to search that. There we go. Tattoos. I'm a really good typer. So this is a pretty straightforward solution for me. I think the challenge, I would love longer temporary tattoos that are custom. That's a separate issue, like being able to like put on your own that's custom.
Mhm.
Because what I want is my weekly, monthly, and yearly priorities tattooed on my body, which is just the geekiest thing ever. But like on this arm, I want like what I'm gonna do this week, my priorities for the week. And then on the left arm, I want the monthly priorities. On my chest, I want the yearly priorities, but those have to change. I can't just go every week and, get it put on and removed and put on and removed. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think right now there are a couple companies that do this. But it's like, it's a science. It's like a scientific, technological limit right now. I wish I had saved where this was, because at some point I had like a list of companies that were trying this. Alas, I have lost that in my many productivity systems and idea trackers. I'm gonna write down. I want to buy some temporary tattoos, like some sticker tattoos, because I'm gonna tattoo my weekly priorities on my body.
Well, one thing, because tattoos are, there's a large amount of artistry that goes into them.
Yeah.
You need to merge, technology, right?
Well,
But
I'm thinking honestly, I'm thinking those like tape-on tattoos. You know those that you put a warm washcloth on?
yeah,
Yeah. That's what
yeah.
I'm
So,
imagining.
but you
In
would need
addition,
to,
Yeah.
merge technology somehow with that. You wouldn't have someone, you know, like custom make them.
No, it would like, well, so they, I mean,
It'd be like printed
yes,
and then
exactly, which they already
applied.
have. All the only holdup is the ink to make it last longer than like 4 days.
Hmm.
And then I think it's a separate thing to want like temporary tattoos you can put on you. Like I would love to like have my friend and I do this like word a season or word a year, and I would love to like design some artwork and have that like on my shoulders or chest or something, but have it go away so that in a new season we could do a new tattoo.
Hmm.
But I don't know that that's out of range as well right now.
Hmm.
Because I mean, I'm interested in a tattoo. I don't think there's one I would want permanent,
Hmm.
right? And all I would love to try other stuff out. I also just want to try stuff out, before I'm like, oh, this is what I want. So
Yeah. I wonder if like tattoo artists, you know, if it was like, hey, like if there were things that they're like, yeah, we think you're gonna regret that. What about we, you
ooh,
know, do it with a month-long tattoo, and then in a month come back and we'll do it again.
so there's like two solution sets, right? There's like, and then there's like sub solution. There's like printed tattoos that can be mass produced, and then there's like um custom designs that are put on by an artist, right? And then it could be like try it out for a month, you know,
Mhm.
or like I want to change this seasonally, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd be hyped. This feels like a hard problem, right? So we
Yep.
have a hard right here is like very hard to implement. Um, yeah, just because I feel like it would require like a lot of chemistry and
Yeah. Well, it's
bio.
hard and out of either of our domain.
Pretty far, pretty significantly. I wonder actually our CEO at Atomic was a tattoo artist. Um, I'd be curious to see what he would think about this. I'm gonna ask him. Okay. Another tattoo related idea. Do we have time for one more, do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get through this one.
All right. Temporary tattoos are not custom. See, and I mean this feels like maybe the second part of that problem, right? Maybe this is, like this is
Well,
closely related.
sort of. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not really, it's like a subset. Um, but we want to connect these. Um, so, oh no, this is a little different actually. This is like, have you ever heard of the cricket?
Mm-mm.
Let me find this. Cricket, uh, craft. This thing is an animal. My cousins use it, and they are blown away by it. So this is what I'm imagining. Like you can do whatever you want with this cricket. I sound like a salesman. That's Bluetooth, right? You can design things, custom cards. I don't really understand what it can do. It does lots of things. You can do thread and I don't know. But I am imagining like a 3D printer slash cricket, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Into 3D printer. Oh, I'm gonna split another one. I'm actually starting to use this window, these multiple window setup of Obsidian. This was like a big sales point of Obsidian, and I was like, oh, it's so cool. But then I never used it at all. But
It was Cricut, CUT.
what? Like that?
Yep.
Oh, that's so dumb. Okay.
Well, because it's, I think, primarily a cutter.
Then that's not as dumb. Oh, I always forget that it comes to the top. Okay. A home tipper. Yeah, you could design your own, you could whip it out. I feel like this is another like chemistry kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
This feels
Yeah,
like
it's can that ink, the be printed.
well, it can be printed, right? Because they mass produce them. It'd be about shrinking like
Well, can it be printed on like a laser jet?
well, I don't know. I guess what I really need to know is like how are these mass produced, right?
Yeah.
How are tattoos currently made? That's our big question right there. I doubt it could be an inkjet though. Nor would I necessarily want an inkjet on my skin.
Well, I mean, it'd be different ink.
Oh, you're right. That's fair. Good. I'm just really getting paranoid about chemicals these days. Slowly going insane. All right, I think that is all we have time for. And on the note of me slowly going insane about chemicals, I'm gonna just stop the recording. I think it's a great look.
Mm-hmm.
All right, take care, everyone.